Hi guys, it's Noel. How are you guys? Welcome back to my channel, Psychic Divine Messages. And today I'm going to do something different. I have a piece of paper here, and I'm going to just kind of make a prayer for you, do a prayer for you, and make it. I don't know, it's weird. Like, I'm going to kind of doodle something on this piece of paper. It's going to be a prayer for you for love. So as you watch the video and listen to me, it's like I was praying for you, because today I'm going to talk about love at first sight. Love at first sight. Is it real? How do you know if it happens to you? How do you recognize the signs, and how you can deal with them? So I'm going to be using those fine liners by Grasp. I'm liking a lot of them. And I'm just gonna start doodling whatever comes up. So I hope you're fine, guys. So love at first sight. Is it real? Can you say it's real? Yeah, it is. Love at first sight is actually real. It's real love. And a lot of people believe that it doesn't exist, but it does. It's just like God's love for you. And I have a few tears coming up right now because it's just such a perfect love that you are going to experience. And sometimes you're not ready for it. Sometimes it's like, it's such a surprise. It's so much that you have trouble understanding what's going on with you, what's happening with you. You feel like it's not possible, but it is. Okay. So love at first sight is unconditional love. It's unconditional love. It's perfect love, as I told you. And it's very, very disturbing when it happens. It's very disturbing. It happens to you at least once in a lifetime. And when it happens to you, you will know. Because if you feel like you haven't had that experience yet, you're right. Because when love at first sight happens to you, you really know it's love at first sight. Another thing with love at first sight is it doesn't have to be reciprocal. When you meet someone and that love happens to you, it doesn't mean that the person who is in front of you is going to feel the same way. No. It can be, but it doesn't have to be like this. So you can actually fall in love with someone and, you fall first for them, and they don't have to fall for you in the future, but they can also fall for you in the future. But it doesn't have to be those two persons falling in love with each other for the first time at the same time. So this is one of the very important things to know about this love at first sight. So it's real, It exists. It works. It's real love. It's not just a crush. It's not a crush. And you will understand why. I'm going to tell you about a crush. What is a crush, actually? Before I move on. A crush is when you see someone, you look at their style, haircut, face, how they behave, how they move, how they talk, and you like what you see. That is a crush. You like what you see and you would like to get to know the person. You would like to, attract this person, be close to that person. But the main difference is you love what you see. What you see, appearance, and you feel it's talking to you. It's like, I like this. A crush, is almost like going in a shop and finding that pair of shoes that you like so much, that you feel are amazing, and you just want them. You just want to have them. But it can be that whether you buy them or someone's get them from you, you bring them home, and even if you like or love those shoes, you can be sometime, you can sometimes stop thinking about those shoes, and sometimes those shoes are gonna hurt you, and sometimes you just don't care anymore. That's a crush. So a crush is pretty temporarily, can you say that? Doesn't last that long unless it turns into love. So love at first sight is not a crush, actually. It's love. Okay. So how it works, what are the signs? You go somewhere or you are somewhere and there is someone coming, right? Someone comes in and maybe that person you've met before. It can be a friend. It can be, I'm guided to tell you this. It can be a friend. It can be someone that you see every day. Love at first sight doesn't have to be someone new, right? It doesn't have to be someone new. It can be someone that you see all the time, that you have spent all your life with. It can be someone that you are accustomed to being with. So like a friend, right? So the difference is one day, one particular day, that person is kind of different to you. That person is different now. So one day, whether you know the person or you don't know the person, like you've talked to them or anything like this, one day you look into their eyes. You look into their eyes and you see something. So that's love at first sight. You really look into their eyes and there's something different. Because of course you have, if it's one of your friends, let's say, you have looked into their eyes before and nothing happened, it was your friend, right? It was normal. But then suddenly one day you look into their eyes and it's lightning. It's lightning. how your body is going to react. Well, first off, you forget everything straight away. When it happens to you, you forget everything straight away. You can even forget your number. You can even forget your name. Let's say that person is a new person and they come and talk to you and they ask you for your name and you're like, my name is, and you stop because you forgot. That's how strong it is. And that's one of the first signs of love at first sight. So you forget everything straight away. You forgot your number. You forget who you are. You forget who you are. And you are just stuck, like you cannot move. You're like, what's going on here? And it doesn't last for a long time, actually. That feeling of not being able to move or not being able to talk, even, it doesn't last that long. It's a few seconds, actually. It's just a few seconds, but you feel like it's lasting more. In your mind, you feel like it's lasting more. So, this is love at first sight. You look into someone's eyes, and what you see is different than before if you know the person, or what you see is like it's striking you, it's a shock to you. Your soul, your spirit, your body. So these are the first signs. So you just stand there, numb, weird, and you don't know what's happening. You don't know. So why was I telling you that it's not like a crush? Because when you experience love at first sight, well, you really don't have to fancy the person. Trust me. You don't have to find them attractive. You don't have to find them gorgeous, sexy, whatever. Actually, you don't see that anymore. You don't see the appearance anymore. It's just in the eyes, and that's why it's called love at first sight. The sight in the person's eyes, it's too much for you to. It's it it changes your life. It's weird, and you don't understand it. It's not the sight of the person, it's the sight of the person's soul, because through the eyes you can see the person's souls, if the person is matching up with your soul, if it's a soulmate, if it's a twin flame, if it's your partner. When you look into their eyes, you can see if you're going to marry them or not. So love at first sight, usually you look into that person's eyes and you're like, okay, that's the one. And even if that person, you did not pay attention to that person before, or you were not attracted to that person before, even after, right? Because it can be someone that you don't really find pretty, or it can be someone that is not your style. And usually it's someone who's not your style. Usually it's someone who doesn't look like anything you've dated before, or someone that, you're not very attracted to them. But as soon as you fall in love with them because you looked into their eyes and that thing happened to you, then you feel like they are the most beautiful person on earth, and you start to feel unconditional love for them. It just starts straight away, and there's nothing you can do about it. So I told you about the the physical reaction. So, like, you stop, you lose memory, you cannot talk sometimes, you cannot think straight, you don't know who you are because you looked into that person's, you saw their soul actually. You saw everything about them and you really felt them. The other signs also after that first encounter is, well, you cannot sleep. You cannot sleep. You cannot sleep, not for a day or two. You cannot sleep for months. You cannot sleep for months. You just think about the person. And when I say you cannot sleep, it's not like, oh, I like this guy, I cannot sleep because of this, or oh, I've just broken up with my boyfriend or girlfriend, I cannot sleep. It's different, guys. It's a different kind of it's completely different. When you love someone and it happens through love at first sight, you really cannot sleep. And you're not worried, you're not sad, you're not whatever. You just cannot sleep. And you have that person's in your mind. You just feel the person. You feel that, well, you cannot sleep because they're not there with you. You cannot sleep because, let's say you've met someone that you don't know, but even if it's your friend, as I told you, you cannot sleep because the person is not there now. They're not talking to you in the minute right now. And you feel like it's not possible. Like, I want that person to be there. That's it. That is it. And so that is love at first sight. You cannot sleep because you need the person all the time, every day, all night. And you think about them every day, all day, all day really, all night. Even if you're tired, you just cannot sleep. You can spend a lot of nights, sleepless nights, where you just cannot sleep until 5 a.m. and then your body is just so tired that you sleep until 8 and then you have to go to work again. But usually you cannot sleep all night until the morning. You feel incomplete, you feel you're lacking something, but it's not a miserable feeling, right? It's not, oh my God, I'm feeling so sad, I'm feeling so lonely, I'm feeling this and that. No, no, no. It's not like this at all. Actually, you feel normal, like you feel pretty good. You just cannot sleep because you feel like something is lacking, like a part of you, part of your soul, part of your life. And that person now is, part of you. So if it's your friend, which is possible to have a love at first sight with your friend, even if you know that your friend since primary school, it's possible that one day you just wake up, you look into their eyes and you fall in love with them. And then, well, you have to deal with it. You have to deal with it. So usually, of course, it's better when it's reciprocated. If the person feels the same at the same time, but it's not a big deal if you feel it first and then the person feels it later on. But usually, usually when you have that love at first sight, that person striking you like that, like a lightning, striking you with their eyes and their soul, they feel something also. They may feel weird, They may feel they don't, if it's not reciprocated straight away, they may feel that they know you, um, or, but usually what they feel is that they need you. They need you as much as you need them, but they don't call it love. They just feel like when you look into their eyes that they need you. They cannot go further without you. So it can be tricky, like when you don't know the person and this happens to you. It can be difficult to deal with, especially if you cannot sleep. But it's not impossible. So this is love at first sight, and the lucky people are the ones who can actually start a relationship with someone they fell in love with, and the person also fell in love with them. So it's real, it exists, and of course, you know, the crazy thing is you won't be able to sleep until you actually talk to the person and spend time with them. And every time you feel like it's not enough, every time you feel like you cannot grasp their energy, every time when you have the chance to, for example, go on dates with them, you are going to feel that they're smiling at you and they're talking to you, and you actually want to capture those moments, because when you get home, then what do you have, right? What do you have when you get home? You need to remember that. And so when you meet them, when you are on a date with them, or even if it's just your friend, now when you look at them, you want to grasp it, everything about them, their details, their face, how they smile and everything. And you feel like it's not enough time, there's not enough time in the world to be with them, to grasp that face, the smile, the smell. So it's pretty like an addiction, but it's not a bad addiction, because as I told you, you don't feel miserable. You just feel like you need that person, like you really need. You cannot thrive without them. You cannot thrive, so you need them. And the problem is always when you cannot be with the person. If that person is married or in a relationship, it can be different. Well, like everything in life, you just have to wait, be patient, and accept what's going on. Accept what's going on, but eventually you will be in a relationship with that person eventually. This is me talking here now, Noel. I'm one of those people who believe that if you love someone, there's a reason for it. If you love someone, if you feel like you need them or they need you or something, there's something there. It's because you have to do something in their life, they have to do something in your life. There's a purpose. You know, why you met, there's a purpose. So eventually you will be in a relationship. Even if it's not a love relationship, it can be just a work relationship, it can be a friend relationship, but you will be in a relationship with them. So, which is good enough, because when you love someone, when you experience that love at first sight, you may think that you really need to marry them straight away, like right now, today. But sometimes you just have to accept them as a friend, as a boss, as a colleague, or as someone who's already in a relationship. But you know what? They also are not comfortable, you know. They also feel they are meant to do something with you. They feel that they also lack something. They feel, you know, they feel what you feel, you know. And they are also disturbed by it. Even if they are married, even if they are in a relationship, casual relationship, or so yeah. Eventually you will be in a relationship with them. Eventually you will talk to the person. Eventually you will meet that person again, for sure. When you have that love at first sight, even if it's in a shopping mall or something like this, you meet someone and it's just that lightning happening in yourself. You will eventually see that person again, talk to that person, or be with that person. So it's all about being patient, because I believe there's a reason for everything. There's a reason for anybody that you meet. There's a reason. So it cannot just stop like this. What do you like? What do you think? Sorry, about my prayer drawing. I feel like it looks like one eye, but also like the sun. And I don't know. You tell me how you feel about it. Sorry for the lighting, but so today is Halloween. Is it today? I think today is Halloween. I would not be surprised if any of you have, you know, if you go out today, maybe you'll have love at first sight happening to you. At the very least, you will have a crush. Yeah, today or tonight. But it's definitely coming up for some of you. Love at first sight, it's real. And it's beautiful. Okay, guys, thank you for watching. Before I go, I want to tell you, thank you for sticking to the end of the video. And also, for the whole month of November, please God, I will be doing a prayer every day for you guys and for myself, because November is going to be a very important month. I feel it. So we need to pray. We need to be ready. Until next time, guys, I love you. Take care. Well, till tomorrow. Bye.